Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing. You know.
I'll admit I'm struggling a little bit.
Are you?
Yeah. So last week I took last week off and went to Vegas the second half of the week, and somehow thoroughly adjusted to the time, such that I came back and was like, my schedule has shifted, and so I've been waking up obscenely late, and this podcast in the morning is earlier than I've gotten up in the last couple days.
Ah, got it. Yeah, time zones will do that to you.
Yeah. I feel like I noticed this time that I adjusted slower than I usually do. I don't know if I'm getting older or what, but...
Yeah. What's the rule of thumb? Like, usually they say like 1 day per hour difference or something?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like the earlier in the week, I was like staying up later naturally just because I was on vacation, and then got to Vegas and shifted to West Coast, and then came back here. And I was like, my body wants to wake up at like 1 right now. So
Yeah. I've noticed, especially, I don't know why this year it seems more so than last year, but it stays light really late here because I'm so far north in Minnesota. It's like 9:30 at night and still the sun is out, and it's just weird. That's why I found myself, working on stuff and like, oh, it's midnight, I should probably go to sleep. And yeah, it just kind of jacks up my whole schedule.
Yep. It just traveling for me throws off all my like habits that get me in good places, like, exercising and getting up and going to bed at similar times and all these things. So last week I intentionally took off, and this week was kind of like Monday, Tuesday, and almost Wednesday was kind of like just like way less productive than usual. Just a bit of a challenge. And that's like the self-employed thing too, is like I didn't have to like set an alarm and just force myself to kind of get back into it. It's like, oh, well, okay, I'm pretty tired, so maybe I'll just sleep a little bit later. And it's easy to let the days slip away from you.
Yeah, it's purely internal motivators, and you don't have that external, like, my boss is expecting me to show up today kind of
Totally.
thing, right?
Yep. Yeah. So it's just, I find it's a little easier it's almost a little too easy to let those days go by.
Do you feel recharged from vacation?
No.
Okay. Okay.
I didn't feel undercharged before vacation. So I went to Martha's Vineyard for the first half, which is like this island off the coast of Massachusetts. And that was kind of like a relaxing family beach vacation. And that was like definitely restful. The Vegas part was not, as you might expect. I didn't go too crazy or anything, but it's just travel. Like, even just like I took a red eye home and didn't sleep at all. So it's like I had basically pulled an all-nighter, which throws you off for a few days, and plus the time change. And so
I really only go to Vegas for MicroConf every year, and something about just being in Vegas is a little bit exhausting. I think it's the stimulation, I don't know, the vibe of the city.
Yeah, I went for there's a once a year barbershop competition, and that was in Vegas this year. So I wouldn't have chosen it for fun, but that's where it was. So I did one good thing, or I guess I'm thankful to my previous self, where I got those 2 videos done the week before I left, because just yesterday I added a second video or another video to my campaign of here are the samples. So released another one. So at least to people on the mailing list, it looks like progress is still happening, because I released one before I left, and then when I got back. So it feels good.
Good. So you released the one that you pre-recorded before you left. You released that.
Yeah, so I recorded 2 the week before I left, and I released 1 right away.
Got it. And
then I had 1. Yeah, and then I saved 1. Yeah. My welcome to the email list campaign, I think is on like a weekly cadence right now, and I have 3 samples that go out. So that feels pretty good. It's starting to get like more fleshed out, like 2 full-length samples and then 1 like partial sample.
I think it's wise that you built that out as like an evergreen campaign, right? So as people sign up, they'll receive those samples, right? And you're not doing broadcasts.
Totally. Yeah. Very happy about that decision, because I've done it the other way, and it's kind of nice for motivating. Like if you say like, I'm going to send out a thing tomorrow, so sign up if you want to get it. But then I just constantly get a stream of like, can I get it now? Can I get it? Like, is it still like, have I missed the opportunity? It just doesn't make sense.
Right. Like when Brennan Dunn came and talked to us at Lead Page's headquarters a few weeks back, that was one of the things he mentioned, is like he's systematizing his entire marketing funnel to basically not ever include broadcasts if at all possible. Like everything is evergreen, unless you're doing like a timely launch or something like that. Then it doesn't work. But other than that, things that don't need to be time sensitive shouldn't be. And like, I don't think he has any regrets moving that direction.
Yeah. I would be surprised. It's nice to know that it just runs. Someone signs up and it just happens. Like that's the whole marketing automation thing, I guess. But I'm getting that benefit.
Yeah, building systems and not like a hamster wheel for yourself of having to constantly.
I've had a couple people email me and be like, by the way, if you did like a Railscast type thing where you released one of these every week, I would subscribe for a monthly fee. And I'm like, no way. Definitely not.
Yeah.
Like it's very appealing because it's such a clear value proposition. And I think it would just like people get it right away and are like accustomed to paying for things like that. But I just have no interest in inventing a job for myself right now.
Sounds exhausting.
And yeah, I mean, like having put out like the weekly iteration on Upcase for I don't know, a year and a half or something. It's a real drag to always know there's more to do. Like you never finish it. That might be my only update for the week is I released that thing, and today I'm hoping to finish a video this week, despite the slow start. So basically between this afternoon and Friday, I'm gonna hope to get one done.
And that will make 4 videos total if you get one done this week?
Yep.
So what's your threshold on when you can actually release the product?
Yeah, I'm not sure. So just as one data point, I was talking to Adam again, and he said that he pre-released his video course, but did not pre-release his book. And he said that when he launched his book, and it went live, it was like a wonderful, relaxing day because like, okay, you did all this work and now the money just starts rolling in. But when he pre-launched his course, it was like, okay, the money's rolling in and now you have a public commitment to do all this stuff. And it didn't give that same sense of like, okay, I'm done now. Oh yeah, because you weren't done. But the way he described it made it sound like it increased his stress. So that gave me a little bit of pause. I was pretty gung-ho on pre-launching before that, but I feel like I'm going to need to think about it a little bit more now. But I feel like around 5 or 6 videos, I would start to think there's enough here that I would feel comfortable charging for it at this point. My guess is for me personally, the excitement provided by sales rolling in would probably outweigh the stress of knowing I have to finish the course. And the stress of knowing I have to finish is probably a little bit beneficial for me too.
Yeah. Well, and I think you're already proving that you can stick to a pretty good cadence. So like, as long as you don't feel somehow stressed to move faster than your cadence that you've already set, then I think, it's like something you were already going to do anyways. You were going to keep producing this content,
Yeah.
Weekly pace or whatever.
So yeah, I would say I'm leaning towards pre-launching it. The number I have in my head is 10 videos. That sounds about right to me. Maybe a little bit more if they trend shorter, which they might. And so if I'm at about halfway or a little bit more, that feels pretty good. As I review some of the stuff I've done already, I'm pretty happy with the content. Like I feel like it's pretty good, and the feedback has been really solid. So that feels good. I'm glad it's not like I'm not feeling like it's not working.
Yeah. Last time we talked about the concept of like having these be really fast paced videos. Any more thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm not going to speed them up. So I talk to Adam like every week basically now. But he was saying that he's like, my sales stats it was something, I forget what it was, but it was something like half of the people that bought his course were not in the US and like are reasonably expected to be not native English speakers. And I talk fast naturally. I think I'm going to make the base video will be slow. And like someone sent me another email saying like, I still have trouble following you, what you're saying as a non-native speaker. So I think I'm just going to record them kind of slowish, like force myself to slow down and enunciate. And then people that want to can speed them up.
Mm-hmm. That's a factor we didn't even discuss that day. I think I didn't even think about it makes total sense though.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah. Cool.
I am thinking about shortening them up a little bit. Right now, they've been about 12 to 15 minutes each. I think I might try one a little shorter and see if I can get it like more condensed. Just like what would I do if I had to get everything into 8 minutes or 9 minutes? But we'll see. But so far, I'm feeling pretty happy with how they're turning out.
So you're planning to, speak at maybe a normal pace and not a super fast pace, but you're still planning to leave out some of those beginner details, right? It's like more of an advanced mode course. Yeah.
Yeah,
which I think
yeah.
is wise.
Yeah, I think intermediate plus is the right group for this, especially because of the topic. It's like you don't really need these things if you're not working on a Rails app that's been around for a little bit. And I'm not going to explain the Rails basics. It's more like, what do you do once things are not so good?
Cool. Speaking of Rails apps that have been around for a little bit, we just nice segue there.
Yeah.
We just celebrated 1 year anniversary of the Drip acquisition.
Oh,
Came
wow.
around fast.
Wow,
Yeah.
it's been a year already.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep. Things closed beginning of July 2016. So we're right upon a year. It's been kind of fun to look back at how much has changed over the last year and how far we've come. They had a little Drip happy hour for us and giant sheet cookie to commemorate the event. That was fun. Yeah, so we've had a crazy amount of growth. We went from 3 engineers to now 10 on the product team over the last year, which is not, crazy fast hiring pace, but it's fast for us considering how slowly we grew the team pre-acquisition. I mean, some of the positives are like our shipping cadence recently. Like I love being able to show up almost every week here and say like, yeah, we shipped a bunch more stuff this week, and it feels like we were really hitting our stride, which is a good place to be in. And yeah, other highlights, like we launched our free plan, which was something that we had batted around for a long time, but was just not something that would have been feasible to do as an independent company without funding, So
Has that been working out well?
yeah, I think so. I think it has been. It's been getting a lot of people in the door, and I think it's just helped us to kind of enter more of the mainstream conversation. I mean, if you look at the stats, like those various sites that kind of rank what companies have percentage market share or whatever, I think even pre-acquisition, we were in the top 10 for marketing automation, up alongside HubSpot and Infusionsoft and Marketo and these really giant players. So that was already a big indicator that we were onto something and that we were starting to penetrate the market pretty well. But I think more and more it's becoming clear that, with the free plan and just kind of with the momentum that we have, it's like Drip is seeming to enter the conversation a lot more now, which is really fun to see.
Yeah, that's pretty badass.
So yeah, that's good stuff. But yeah, I think this week I won't sugarcoat it. I have felt probably more stress than I have in the last few weeks. It's just a product of kind of doing real life, large scale SaaS application work. There weren't even like downtime or even technical incidents, but just like situations that are stressful, like customers using the product in particularly aggressive ways that causes lots of background processing volume. And it's funny to like juxtapose those types of situations where like, we're just actively trying to make sure that things don't get out of hand. And like you're kind of in a little bit of a high stress mode, and compare that to, right before having to deal with a situation like that, I'm like sitting in a meeting and we're talking about like, where can we take Drip in the next year? Like what's coming in the future and strategizing and that's all fun and happy and we're planning. And then you step out of that meeting and it's like, all right, now we've got, bunch of queue volume going on and we need to, oh, by the way, this thing's starting to slow down and this part's, this piece of the infrastructure needs help. And I don't know. It's like the fun part is the high level thinking and the planning and thinking about where we're going to take the product, and then reality smacks you in the face, So
you're feeling stress around the scaling bits of it?
I think that's predominantly what it is. Yeah, it's partly the nature of Drip is, we take in so much data and we have so many powerful tools around automation that people are able to do some pretty crazy things. And sometimes it's like difficult to optimize the infrastructure for every single use case that everyone's using it for. And I think that's been a recurring theme and something we continually bump up against. And on the one hand, it's a fun, challenging engineering problem, but it does wear on you. So
yeah, that's interesting. I was thinking that because I feel like I remember you describing the scaling challenges as like one of the benefits or one of the interesting things about the running that business. And like your blog is called Scaling SaaS.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is interesting from an engineering perspective when you don't feel like things are always on fire. And it's not that things are always on fire, but sometimes it starts to feel like I just want to be really far ahead of the problem. And I don't know. I think these days it's just really difficult to be like in a really comfortable position with infrastructure when you're growing at this rate.
Do you find yourself wishing growth would slow down a little bit in like a perverse kind of way? Knock on wood, don't say it out loud, but
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I do. I mean, it would make all of our lives easier, but that's not necessarily what you want to happen for a growing business, Just stress this week.
Do you feel like there's something that's changing in your mind where you're like, I'm sick of dealing with scaling issues now? Like I've just had enough? Is that like this? What feels different about the stuff that's causing you stress now than before?
I think it's probably partly the amount of time I've been dealing with these same kinds of problems, or just these, not even problems. I'll rephrase that. Same kinds of challenges. And I don't know. I think I do need a vacation. So fortunately, I'm going out of town next week. We're flying to San Francisco, and I'm unplugging for a few days, which will be nice. I think I need to recharge, just reset my mindset, I think it'll be really healthy.
You got to make use of that fact that you have 10 people on the engineering team now.
Yep. We have a lot of smart, capable people who are able to think about these problems, and it's not all on my shoulders. I have to remind myself that,
Well, I mean, I feel like these weeks are kind of inevitable.
Yep.
Like I feel like we talk a decent amount about our like emotional or mental state on this podcast, and like it's
ends
clear
up
to
being
me
a therapy session all the time.
Yeah, well, it's just clear to me that like sometimes I'm having an up week, and sometimes you're having an up week, and sometimes it's the opposite, and that just seems to be part of it. Like there's a cycle, and it's like that.
Yep. I don't think it's worth hiding any of this stuff too. Like, we could just sugarcoat it and be like, oh yeah, everything's great. But I mean, when you are running a SaaS app, you're essentially responsible for keeping a service alive for thousands of customers. And that's not without its stresses, it's definitely worth it, but it's real life.
100%. So. No, I appreciate you sharing that.
Yeah.
Well, I'd be curious to hear how the vacation works for you, or just like what you're feeling like next week or the week after that. Yeah.
It's difficult for me to take a vacation and truly unplug my mind from problems. Like even if I unplug the computer, it's hard to unplug my mind. So I'm going to try my hardest to do that because I think I need it. Yeah.
Yeah. That could be useful.
Yeah.
Meditation works pretty well for me for that kind of thing. Like when I'm doing it regularly, I'm better at noticing when I'm thinking about a thing when I don't want to. Like I try to not think too much about work stuff in the evening. And I find myself like doing the meditation in the morning just makes me more aware of my thoughts. And so I'm quicker to notice, oh, I'm doing the thing where I think about the work stuff, and I just kind of redirect away. So I don't know, maybe useful.
Yeah. I haven't, when we took our last trip out to California and then came back, I haven't gotten back on the yoga train of, which I would like to for, it's my primary source of exercise, and I haven't been getting a lot of that in lately. So that probably contributes too. It's all related,
Yeah, I would be amazed if it didn't.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous how important that is. I think that's honestly part of me failing to bounce back has been a similar thing, where like the first couple days I was back, I didn't move around enough. I was kind of like recovering from the flight, and so like sleeping a bunch and just like staying in I don't think I left my apartment at all the first day I was home. And then like finally Tuesday evening, I went and like did a rowing workout and then did some stretching, and like it's like, oh, what a difference.
Yeah.
It's really unfortunate that like when you start feeling stressed or depressed or whatever, like you're at least for me, my mind's like, I don't want to do anything.
Right.
It's like I don't want to work out because I don't feel good.
Yeah.
And then it's like, yeah, but you need to do the workout to make yourself feel better.
I know. Like if I've had a particularly rough day, it's like I'm wrung out. I don't have any energy to go exercise, but that's exactly what I should be doing.
Totally. Yeah. And like it's hard to like internalize the fact that like working out creates energy. Like it requires energy and input, so it feels a little bit draining, but at the same time, it like for the next 24 hours, I feel more energetic than I would have.
Yep.
Damn these meat sacks.
I know. So hard
really
to maintain.
Too bad. I'm honestly kind of annoyed that I can't just upload my brain to the internet.
I know.
Like this being stuck in this decaying body is really a bummer.
Mortality sucks.
It does. And just, it's just physical stuff. Physical, I don't know. Breaking down.
Yep.
So light week for both of us, I guess.
Yeah.
Ish. Anything else we should talk about?
Did you buy anything for Prime Day?
No.
We got an Echo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Do you have any?
I
of
do.
that voice
I have
stuff?
two actually. I have like
Nice.
the big one in the living room and a dot in my bedroom.
Yeah, I think that's the setup we're doing too. And I just used it for the first time last night. And we have these bulbs at various places in our house where like I think they're the Philips Hue bulbs where you can like change the dimmer and stuff like that. And I've long felt like the missing component is the ability the ease of turning them on and off being like a light switch. Like now I have to open my phone, open the app, go change a dial. Like it's terrible. But I was voice commanding my lights like crazy last night, and it was like, this is the missing piece.
Yes. Yep. Same. That's probably the most frequent thing I use the Echo for, and I like it a lot. Like being able to be in bed and turn the lights off is great, or dim them. Although I will say, like, so you can buy, you probably know this, but you can buy switches for your Hue lights. So you can buy like a wireless switch that connects to the lights to give you that like physical turn it off with a thing. And I did buy a couple of those, but then once I got the Echo connected, it was like, I'm not using this anymore. It annoys me irrationally much when I like shout a light command and it doesn't get understood, or sometimes she'll just be like, boom, like, no. Or like sometimes it loses the connection with the bridge. And so it's like every so often you get used to this control where it's like 95% effective, and that last 5% is really frustrating.
Yeah. I had a Ford car back in 2008, and they had like Ford Sync, which is voice commanding technology in it. And that was pretty early for that kind of stuff. Like that is not anywhere near the reliability of Alexa and these different, voice commanding technologies more recently. So I know how to say the words exactly right for the car to pick up my command properly. But I'm impressed already with like seemingly it functions much better. Like I was just like, oh, hey, Alexa, do this and that and that. And it was like still parsing my voice properly, even though I was like not saying, Alexa, please turn on the lights.
You definitely just triggered a bunch of people's.
Oh, sorry. Forgot about that.
I was trying to avoid the name. I'm looking forward to like the continued improvement and sophistication around it. Like I feel like the Google Home one is better at answering questions, like slightly more complicated questions. It's nice to ask sort of more freeform things, like what's the population of this? And like there's certain ones that you can tell it's like sometimes you get it and sometimes it's just like a hard no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Siri is really bad at that. Like most of the time when I'm trying to get something, it's like always goes to web search. It's like, come on, that's not what I want.
Yeah.
So
it's interesting. When I travel, I miss that ability. It's one of the things I notice is like, I wish I could turn the lights on or off or ask what time it is or set a timer or play a podcast. Like I totally, you get used to being able to just shout at something.
Yeah, I could see that. I was skeptical at first, but now like I get it.
Yeah. Did you look into what their policy is about like recording your voice and storing on their servers and all that stuff?
I didn't. I was assuming that they're not doing that, but I should probably actually do my diligence because
I feel the same way. Like I meant to look into it and then didn't. I figured they're storing the things once you trigger it.
Yeah.
Like if you trigger it, I would expect them to store those off and do some work on them or something. But like, is it broadcasting all the time?
Yeah. I was kind of assuming that like someone more of an activist than me would have called that out publicly by now. But maybe not.
I hope it's not a full-time thing. That would be bad.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want that.
No.
Like it's a matter of time till that's compromised or accessed by law enforcement or something.
Yep.
Yeah. I bet we'll get some tweets about this. Somebody knows.
Please. Lazy
People
Twitter.
know.
Please just
lazy podcast to Twitter. Cool. All right, why don't we wrap it up?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. If you'd like to access the show notes for this episode, you can go to artofproductpodcast.com. Thanks for listening.
Thanks.